Okay, and welcome back. I thought I'd like to share this crystal with you. I've shared my story of where my love of crystals come from. It was a long time ago. Um, I have grown to really enjoy the structure and the feel of crystals. This crystal that I'm holding is a pink Lemurian. I feel very blessed and fortunate to have come across this crystal and was able to purchase it at the time. This crystal graciously accepted my invitation to come home with me. The pink Lemurian has barcodes on it. You can see those quite clearly, I think, here. Yep, like especially at an angle. She's a beautiful pink color. And the structure I could just sit and look at all day long if I just had the time to do nothing but. So I meditate with this crystal, and we work together and send healing out into the world. So, holding her, I take myself from a meditative state and we travel down into the center of the earth where she came from and spent a long time growing. She's pretty old and she's pretty rare. She has a beautiful energy. And here comes another kitty because he loves this crystal. I just want to show you that it's now snowing out. See if you can see that. It's just snowing so gently. That was a cattail. And the birds are in the feeder. So this is my meditation spot. And I want to talk to you just a little bit about the structure of crystals and how that works. So crystals, like humans, are created with a geometric form and certain elements from the earth, just as we are. And we are sound and vibration, and the crystals are no exception. The crystals are made up of sound and vibration. And according to their geometric structure, their mineral content, and their color, they give off a certain vibration. So each crystal vibrates at a different rate, vibrates at a different frequency, and continue to vibrate that no matter what. So we take a crystal and we hold it, and you can place it on your body or within your aura, and immediately this crystal entrains to our bodies and helps to balance out our system, balance out our energetic system. Okay, so it's not like this magic thing that's happening. It's an actual structured frequency and vibration. We are 99.999% space, and within that space is the frequency of light, sound, and energy. So it vibrates with that, and it goes through our body. And if we are vibrating a little off balance, this will help. The actual crystal helps us to, it helps balance out our vibration. So whether you want to call them healing crystals or balancing, the word healing simply means balancing out the body, balancing out the minerals in our bodies. When you go to the doctor and you receive medications for certain illnesses, it's to balance out chemicals within our body and the chemical reactions to help heal our bodies. The crystals work more on a finite level where the energy is finer and it's more in the light realm and the frequency realm. So they're balancing out the energetic part of us where the doctors are working on the mineral content in the bodies and the structure and the chemicals. So by using both, you're getting a more complete healing. And no matter what issues you have, it helps to uplift and balance. So I invite you to go out and find a beautiful crystal, anything that Doesn't have to be this big, it doesn't have to be this expensive, but you can get out there and pick out a few crystals or go online, and find something that you're attracted to and just hold on to it and see how it feels and put it on your body. I would place the crystal wherever you're hurting, or, if you have a heartache, put it on your heart. Whatever color it is, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's that you're attracted to it. So there's something about that structure, that color, and that content of the minerals that's vibrating at something that you need. And I've proven this over and over again. I've worked in a gem shop for 3 years where people would come in and say, even, I need something for my girlfriend. She's into crystals. And I would tell the gentleman to go look at what we have lined up on the table over there. Think of your girlfriend. Pick out something you think she'd like. And then I'd invite him back up to the counter and open a book and say, okay, let's see what this crystal, the qualities of these crystals are, what the shape, the content, the minerals, and what the structure helps. And always, I would say 99% of the times, the person would be like, oh my God, this is exactly what we need in our relationship. Or if it's a person picking out a stone for themselves, it's like, oh my God, I have a toothache and this is really good for teeth. Whatever it is, it always works. So using your own intuition to pick out crystals, I can't say enough, stress enough, that using your own intuition when you're going to pick out a crystal is vitally important. And if you're picking out a crystal for someone else, you simply think of that person and think about how much you love that person. And as you're scanning the crystals, whether it's online, there's not too many shops open right now during the pandemic, but if you go online and you're looking at the crystals, something's going to jump out at you and say, I like this color, I like this shape, I like something about this crystal. That's the one to purchase, whether it's for yourself or your loved one as you're thinking of that person. I guarantee it'll work. It's using your intuition. I love crystals. I've loved them since I was a little girl. Didn't really start playing with them until sometime in the 70s. My mother thought, oh my God, she's into witchcraft. Oh God, what am I going to do? After my mother died, she visited me, and I was meditating, of course, and I heard her voice in my head, and she said, oh, this is what you've been doing with all those crystals and stones. And she spoke to me for a while. That's another story for a later time, but I had a very lovely experience with my mom after she passed on. So we will continue with our little stories, but now it's time to offer you another suggestion for putting yourself into a meditative state, to connecting to this vibration, this energy, this place of neutrality that we all strive to be. There's a lot of stress in the world right now. There's a lot of chaos. Things are changing. And we are digging deeper within ourselves to find a quiet space, a space where we can feel safe. So I invite you to use your breath. I know I speak about the breath a lot. In working with the crystals in the earth, you need to know that your breath is connecting you to this planet. From that very first breath you took when you came out of your mother's womb to the breath you're taking now, you are breathing in frequency, light, information, and energy with every breath you take. So it is so important to use your breath to go into that space within yourself, that quiet space that you long for. You can reach it through the breath. And I'm not asking you to do any funny breathing, to take big, long breaths and blow it out. I'm asking you to just think about every breath you take and try it for 3, 4, 5 minutes, however long you can sit still for. Just sit. And as your brain and your mind tries to take you off someplace else, close your eyes and just think about your breathing. Listen to how you're breathing. Am I breathing slow? Am I breathing fast? How am I breathing? Breathe it in, breathe it out. Don't force it. Don't make it long or big or short. Just listen to it. Think about it. Thinking about your breath brings you within yourself. It calms your mind because you're changing the channel of all those thoughts. Oh, I got to get up and go make breakfast. I got to go clean the house. I've got to go to work. I've got to get this done. Take 3-4 minutes to think about the breath. As you start thinking about what you've got to do next, take your mind back to your breath, because that brings you into the present moment. It brings you to a calm state. So bring that breath back. Bring the thoughts of the breath back. Changing the channel of what you've got to do next. When you're always thinking about the next thing that you have coming up, you're living in the future. You're not living in the moment. Living in the future is okay. We have to plan. We have to know what we've got to do next. We can plan things out. Sometimes I just write things down just to get them out of my head, because I just can't stop thinking about what I've got to do. So I make a list and I say, there, now I can forget about it. Let me go back into my breath. Let me think about breathing. Let me calm myself down. Everything on my list will get done eventually. Even if it's not today, it's going to get done because I've written it down. So I'm not worried about it now. I can just go on with my breath, breathing and taking in this breath to calm the mind, calm the thought process. By calming that mind and being in that moment with your thought processes, you will reach that inner space, that inner neutrality where there is no emotion. When I told you about my dream as a child and I floated out of my body, there was no fear, there was no love, there was no hate, there was no emotion. It was just being. It was just a beingness, just being in this space. I was just in this space. Then I'd wake up. But I've since had many more experiences like that, just being in that space of calm. The old yogis used to call it, or maybe the new yogis too, and it being in a space of bliss. Because that's the in the English language, it's probably the closest thing you can think of to being in a place where you are not worried, sad. We've got such a huge range of emotions that we all just want to be in a place of peace, in a place of love, in a even being in a place of love can be in a place of pain. So you don't even want to call it being in a place of love. You just want to be in a place of bliss, quiet, peaceful. I hope that makes sense. And I invite you to pick up a crystal, sit with it, and breathe with it. Look into its structure, set it in the sun, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your music, enjoy your sound, and enjoy your life. Have a wonderful day today. Take good care, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, and before I forget, I invite you to place some comments in my Facebook page. Please do not use my private, the little messenger. If you have questions for me that you don't want to put in the public space, put the question in there. Let me know what it is that you want. I get a lot of messages, so please send me a comment, ask me a question, ask me to explain something. I'm happy to answer you there. If you need a private answer, just ask me in the messenger, that's fine. But I can't always respond to everybody, but I will respond to questions about this work, about breathing, about meditation, past lives, anything that's on your mind. Happy to try to answer that for you. I'm going to just zoom in on this little snow squall we got going on here and say goodbye and say thank you so much for watching.